Welcome to the podcast, episode 20. Oh, we're into the 20s now. How very exciting. Thanks for coming back and spend some time with me. This is going to be a kind of short and sweet episode because the last one took so long to upload. And I don't have loads of stuff to talk about, apart from just a couple of little things. So I'll just dive straight in. So I'm wearing my Pingono today. I had it finished last week in the podcast. I was, however, going to put 2 toggles and 2 I-cord loops to keep it in place when I was walking around. But when I did that, it pulled the jacket in a really weird way. So I think I did it twice. After doing it twice, I decided it wasn't working and took them all out again. So you can't see where I did it or anything, so it's fine. But I've taken to using a little hair pin that I have. It's like a circle and a pin through it. And it doesn't actually hold my hair up very well because it always falls down, but it holds this really well. So I just pin it here and it kind of keeps it from flapping open. So I'll maybe try and show you that later. I have got one finished object to show you. I can't believe I finally finished one of these. Yeah, because my sock mojo was really gone. Until I jumped back into these. So these are the Rita socks by Danny from Little Bobbins. And it's in my natural sock 4-ply and the colourway is Walled Garden. So I'll have some of that in the next shop update, which is on Thursday the 30th of April at 8 p.m. GMT +1. So yes, I finally finished that. I think last week I was just maybe around about the heel. So this is quite good progress for me for a week because I'm a really slow knitter. And I'm knitting these on 2mm needles. I can't remember what the original gauge was supposed to be. I usually know if I knit with 2mm on with around 60 stitches that it fits quite well. And the heel on this is, I think this is Eye of Partridge and then Dutch. This bit's called Dutch heel, which is quite interesting. I never done one of these before, but I really liked it. I think I could get really into like trying different heels. So, and my sock blockers, oh, I love them. I never use them much. They're by P4 Chen, Patricia Ann. So yes. I also have one other thing to show you, sock related, and it is a sample that I had knit up for Lina magazine. So this was in the sock book, 52 weeks of socks, and this is a design by Verena Kors. Again, my natural sock 4-ply in burnt terracotta colourway. So I love this colour. I should really make it more. It's a beautiful terracotta with sort of pink hues. I don't know if you can really see that on the camera, but yeah, I just got these back today. I had them knitted by one of my lovely sample knitters who is so good. And yeah, I'm not even sure what type of heel this is. I haven't actually checked it out, but yeah, so I got this in the post and it came with this lovely little card and a little message on the bag, so that's so nice. So and yeah, I forgot to say, this is my no nylon non-superwash sock yarn. It's 50% BFL, 50% cheviot, and it's got a high twist, so to make it durable. So I had a really interesting conversation with my friend Albina, who is LB Hand Knits. I'm knitting a couple of her patterns at the moment, and we were talking about what's the ideal gauge for knitting socks in general, but especially for nylon free sock yarns. She's a designer from Donegal, I don't know if she'd say she's from Donegal, but that's where she lives. And she's really savvy when it comes to making things fit and making sure gauge is really good and just all of that stuff. So she's the sort of person, if you had a quandary, you could ask her the question and she'd be the person to know the answer. So I basically asked her, like, what in your opinion, like, is the perfect gauge to knit socks at? And she said 35 stitches per inch, or 35 stitches per 10 centimeters. And because she has an article on her blog about knitting socks and the best gauge, and so I contacted her and asked her. So 35 stitches per 10 centimeters. So I set about measuring this. I could only fit the tape measure over halfway, which is about 8 centimeters. So I didn't really get a true reading, but I think I'm probably knitting it at around 32, 33. Which means that actually, even though I'm using 2mm needles, this is probably too loose to wear as well as it possibly could. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knit a big swatch, bigger swatch, so I can take a proper measurement. And I've ordered 1.75 and 1.5mm needles to try and see if I can get the perfect gauge. So yes, as Albina says, dense socks make hard wearing socks. So, cause I think I cast on 56 or 60 stitches with this, I can't remember. But yes, so I'm always interested to see what is the best gauge to be knitting at, and I'm a very loose knitter, so I think I'm realising this because every pattern I buy and I do the gauge, I need to go down at least one needle size. So yeah, I'm obviously super loose knitter. These have not been blocked, by the way. These have been blocked. So my next mission is Albina sent me a pattern with an integrated heel that she made up, I think. I mean, someone's probably done it before, but she's written it down, so I'm looking very much forward to trying that pattern. And it has gauge for DK weight, 4-ply and sport weight on that pattern, which is really interesting. And I'm going to do my big swatches and then I'm going to cast that on after I finish the second one of this. Another lovely pattern I got sent to me was by my friend Marina, and the sock pattern is called fleos, which is the old English word for fleece, and Marina designed it in my natural sock, and it has 35 stitches per inch, so you two obviously know what you're talking about. But again, I'll have to size down, like, seriously to get gauge on that. So yeah, Marina knitted it in my natural sock 4-ply, and she named it fleos, the old English word for fleece, because we're always talking about, like, the best fleece to use for what garment, for what yarn, how should it be spun, and we swap ideas about many things, not just fleece. So that was lovely to read that in the pattern, and Marina's a tech editor, so, like, the whole thing's, like, beautifully written, and there's some lovely drawings in it, and yeah, it's just lovely. So when I get my sock mojo going, I think between every pattern pair of socks I'll have to just knit a plain pair just to have, like, a bit of fresh, because this took me a long time. Like, if I knit a plain sock, I can fly through it quite fast. So I'm hoping that the integrated heel, because it's a plain pattern with the different heel. I hope that I can fly through it and then start maybe another pattern, maybe Marina's pattern. It's very beautiful, and there's kind of like a wee cable-y sort of thing down the front. That's not probably described very well, but I'll try and insert a photo here somewhere. So yes, what has your experience been of gauge and knitting socks? What heels have you tried and would you recommend for a good fit? Or do you find that you have to size down quite a lot with your needle sizes? Yeah, let me know your thoughts. So that was really quite interesting to me. And I have cast on the second sock of the Rita socks. Well, kind of. Don't know if that counts. So I'm going to be starting that tonight, probably. But I am also going to Skype some friends, so I don't know how far I'll get. Maybe I can do the cuff and call at the same time. So that's in my little Olanua bag. She's a designer. Well, her studio's in Belfast, but she's from County Fermanagh, and she weaves these all. I just think they're so beautiful. I had some of her bags in the shop, but they've all sold out now, so thanks for that. But she's a beautiful designer, and you should check out her website. She doesn't sell online, but I'm sure you could message her and, you know, ask her what you wanted. So yes, that is that. Well, I'm gonna have two sets of new mini-skeins in the shop in the next update, next Thursday. I only have one ready to show you, but I'll tell you about the theme for the other one. So this mini-skein set is basically the most pastel-y perfect mini-skein set, and it's called the Breathe mini-skein set. I wanted to create something that was all the colours were very harmonious. Well, natural dyes are always harmonious with each other, but I wanted to create something that was really light and really pastel-y and really just easy on the eye and nice for this time of year. So this will be in the shop in the next update. I think these would make a really nice snuggle down cowl or a really nice gradient sock. Maybe I should take one for myself and knit integrated heel sock. Perhaps. The theme for the next mini-skein set, which is drying so it doesn't look too good, is the walled garden mini-skein set. So as some of you might know, I have been getting very into gardening, and I decided, because I have a lot of colorways that are named after flowers and plants, that I wanted to put some of them into a set. So if you know my colorways at all, this might be of interest to you. So in the walled garden mini-skein set, I have walled garden, climbing wisteria, fern, daffodil, honeysuckle, and forget-me-not, and iris. 7 colours, that's quite a lot. So yeah, it's all of the colours, well, not all of the colours, most of the colours are kind of speckledy kind of colours. They're a lot more punchy kind of colours than the Breathe mini-skein set. And I think they would be super fun for like a shawl, maybe, with like loads of different colours. You could pair it with like something like jasmine, which is like a nice cool white neutral that I do, and you could create like a really amazing shawl. Or you could do some really fun sock combinations, or you could do, yeah, there's loads of stuff you could do. So hopefully I will put out a little episode maybe next week, or you can check on my Instagram and I will probably be showing both sets there. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that concept. The next mini-skein set I intend to make is kind of blues, Irish seas. That is the theme that I'm going for. I really have a lot of fun curating these little collections of colours that go together really well. And so I'm going to be dyeing that tomorrow. I don't know if I'll have it ready in time for the update, but I might put it up a wee bit after, or I'll maybe save it for the next update. So yeah, that's all my creative ideas. Like I said, one of the main things why I don't have much knitting to show you is I've been in the garden so much. I took 2 days off and cleared a bed at the bottom of the garden that has only been wed once before, and I didn't plant it, so all the weeds came up, all the ivy, all the ground elder. I know you can eat it, but I just want to clear it because it's so invasive. So I spent 2 days doing that, and then I spent a while organising the planting for it. And there's gardens in Northern Ireland that are doing like a delivery, so you just order on their website and they deliver it to you. So I spent a while going through their website picking stuff for the planting, and then I've been out every day weeding, watering, because I also planted some seeds. I planted sunflowers, I planted zinnias, I planted cress, I planted lettuce, I planted rocket, and yeah, so I'm out tending to that quite a lot, which means a little bit less dyeing, so trying not to feel guilty about that. We're also digging out a huge hole in the garden for a greenhouse. So in the video, I'll put it at the end, you'll see there's a big hole and there's a big mound. So we're going to build a wall and have like a lean-to greenhouse. Which I'm so excited about, because it means that we can like do all our tender annuals, get all the veg started. We could have a grapevine, we could have tomatoes, we could have so many things. And then in front of the greenhouse we're going to have like maybe 3 or 4 raised beds for veg, but one of those is going to be reserved for dye plants, more kind of less. So a lot of the dye plants that you can get are like foraged ones and instead of grown ones. So I want to have a dedicated bed for growing specific dye plants. And then obviously the greenhouse will be really handy to get them started off. So this is kind of our big project for 2020. We hope to have this done maybe by the autumn, hopefully, which means I'd still have time to get some kind of late veg in maybe. But honestly, it's kind of captured my imagination and I've been really enjoying it, and the weather's been amazing, like incredible. So this could well be our summer and I don't want to miss it for any amount of money. So that's why basically I took a few days off. So it's very pleasant to be outside in the sun, and the dog loves it as well. So yeah, I have some footage from the garden, so I'm going to insert it. Either you've already seen it or it will be coming soon. But yeah, thanks for watching and checking in with me today, and I should be back next week again, probably for another short and sweet episode, because I'll be really busy getting things kind of ready for the shop update, labeling and photographing and listing things and twisting up skeins and stuff like that. So I probably won't have time for a long episode, but yeah, I'll probably come in for a little sneaky chat if I can find 20 minutes. So yeah, thanks for watching and I will see you next week. Where's your ball? Ruffy, where's your ball? Where is it? Go and get the ball. Go and get the ball. Go on. Go on. one. And this wee one. I think these ones are going. There's still foaming there, Tommy.
Does get a bit kind of tricky. Doesn't matter what sort of speed you have, because there's so many roots in there.
What else could you use to get it out?
Like a pick or something.
Yeah, like an axe.
Once it's kind of dug out, it won't take that long. Just need to kind of dig around it.
You just need a day or two at it.